I think we can all agree that Octo Expansion was an amazing DLC for Splatoon 2. It had so much lore, amazing music, and some really cool stages. But which stage is the best stage? Today I'm here to answer that question by ranking all 80 stages, plus the 8 final stages and secret boss. And don't worry, I will give you a spoiler warning when I get to those final bits. The rating of each stage will be based on 3 vague criteria: difficulty, creativity, and memorability. Because let's be honest, we all forget that some of these stages existed. I'll also give or remove up to 2 points based on personal preference. The stages will be ranked in the following tiers. A for amazing stages that excel in all 3 criteria. B for not bad, you got 2 out of 3. C for come on, only 1. And no F tier. We don't use any F words around here. Instead, we have O tier since it's the last letter of my name, and also the number 0, which is how many of the 3 criteria that stage met. Finally, there's a tier for those stages that go above and beyond. No S tier, not X tier either. We got V tier for the very best stages. Alright, we'll start off with the A track. Right on, Gnarly Rail Station. You slide around some glide rails and pop some balloon fish to activate the next set of rails. This was the first stage I've played after about 2 weeks of not touching Splatoon, and I found it challenging enough. However, it was kind of simple and very forgettable, so C tier. Blast from the Past. Far Out Station. Single player Rainmaker on Fishy Fish's favorite stage. Try saying that 3 times fast. Considering I usually have to carry an X rank Rainmaker, this was a breeze. They didn't really add anything to the map, so O tier. Signs point to yes. What's up, 8-Ball Station? This is the first 8-Ball stage that most of us encountered, and it was painful. So many ways for the darn ball to drop off the stage. What's that? The cone in the training room moves? Too bad, this ain't the training room. And this stage has you climbing scaffolding that would be overlooked as maybe a bonus area? A tier. Baller Status. Rollout Station. The baller is all fun and games till you have to do the whole stage inside of one. You got moving platforms and those ink rollers, which will bump you off the stage. It's a nice intro stage. B tier. Looks like the real thing. Fake Plastic Station. This is the very first stage that everyone plays when they start Octo Expansion. We get to see sanitized Octolings, and the creepy setting of this DLC hits. It may not be difficult, but it is iconic. A tier. Nice air, bud! Bounce with me station. You like bounce pads? I almost gave this one an O tier, but the final bit where you have to shoot a propeller with a cannon and then bounce your way around the swirling rollers of doom kinda touched my heart, so C tier. Revving up your inkjet. Maverick Station. A good stage for anyone trying to get into using inkjet. I like how they added the grappling hooks for extra mobility, but it didn't pose too much of a challenge. C tier. Better not tell you now. Bumpin' 8-Ball Station. This feels like the true origin story of the 8-Ball. You have to bounce it out of what is made to look like an arcade machine, then push it through a series of sponges and bounce pads. Why not add the extra reward of getting to see the 8-Ball smash through the poor Octarians in a bouncy castle style room? A tier. Time to hit the beeline. Grind it out. Poppin' Fresh Station. Are you a Charger main? Do you like games that keep you at the edge of your seat? Because there are no checkpoints here, no room for mistakes. The rails push you forward as you attempt to pop every balloon while avoiding annoying obstacles. It's a pain in the B tier. I don't swear here. Just go ahead now. Spin the Octo Station. Hit the Daiko drums to advance. Sounds easy enough until you get to the rotating platforms, and then you have to hit the drums while falling so that you can land on the final platform. Also, gotta give it bonus points for the clothing pin fish swimming around and the big happy inflatable car quest sales squids to celebrate victory. A tier. Just cruising. Rad Station. Solo tower control and Snapper Canal. But you also get a free baller and super jump right back to the tower? Unlike the solo Rainmaker stage, I found this one to be a bit more difficult. B tier. It is decidedly so. Whack 8-Ball Station. Don't let the name fool you, the 8-Ball doesn't show up until halfway through the stage. Even though there's still plenty of spots for the ball to fall off of the stage, this one is probably the easiest of the 8-ball stages. C tier. Blowing up like it's all good. Notorious Station. You can only use the curling bomb for this one. Although the stage isn't as notorious as the name implies, they definitely made it look cool. B tier. You may rely on it. Fly 8-ball station. The words fly and 8-ball really should not be put together like this. Never mind, it's just a brick break smashing simulator in Splatoon. Definitely getting those creative points though. B tier. Gnarly Grenade, Gnarly Grindage, Righteous Rail Station. This stage is like the balloons on rails but with boxes, angry Broombas, and grates. I remember this as the first stage that I got stuck on when I got this DLC. Fast-paced, unforgiving, has Bamboozler for extra torture. A tier. For reals? Ink and Slide Station. As soon as you enter, you're greeted by this cool dude. They just vibin'. Apparently those wibbly boys are called ink furlers? I'm calling them wibbly wobblies. However, there weren't many points to give for this stage at all, in terms of difficulty, memorability, or creativity. But I did enjoy holding back the wobbly thing with my roller as the Octo Splatlings tried to kill me. So ho ho, B tier. Outlook not so good. Tubular 8-ball station. With a name like that, what could possibly go wrong? Dumb Octarians trying to shoot the 8-ball specifically? Now that's pure evil right there. Karma! A tier. Rock and Roll'em, Brute Roll-Up Station. It's Space Invaders but with Rollonium. Just the right amount of everything. A tier. Bring the ruckus, Fat Splat Station. Do you know that if you stand right in front of an Octo Splatling, they can't hit you? Also, these little guys that run away are super annoying. I'm glad I get the splash down on this one. C tier. Step it up, Breakdance Station. They use the crates to make a pixel art squid, and it also serves as your platform. You have to mind your attacks so that you don't destroy the crates you stand on. Whoops. And they use only flying enemies that will distract you from looking at the ground. A tier. Heads up, missiles up, ink from above station. This stage takes a very creative approach. You don't get a weapon at the start, but instead have to use the enemy's fire to clear a path. They got very creative in how you can use the enemy fire, such as to hit the spinny drums or to drain a sponge so that you can grab a canned weapon. But because you have a weapon, that doesn't mean it's smooth sailing. When the floor is sponges, those missile attacks can easily make you drop into the abyss. A tier. As 50 yellow balloons go by. Pop, pop, pop rock station. How about instead of rails, we make the balloons float away in 3 seconds, and we make you turn around after each set. What is this, the Fitness Grand Pacer test? B tier. Onto the C track we go. Mondo Grinder, Radical Rail Station. Personally, this is one of my most disliked stages in the entire DLC. You have a minute to break 20 boxes while you slide around on rails, and the boxes are also sliding on rails. It's not very creative, but it sure is difficult and memorable because of how annoying it is. B tier. Dink and Dunk, Shrinky Ink Station. A limited ink stage. I think it provides a good challenge since you gotta think before you ink. Wink. You also push an enemy off the stage since it has too much social anxiety to fight you head on. This stage came pretty close to perfect but was super short, so A tier. Yeah, like the move it station. When I think Octo Expansion, this is one of the first stages that comes to mind. It's got just the right amount of difficulty, and with a catchy title like that, V tier. Stamp Collaborate and Glisten, Stamped Up Station. Bonus points for the Smirky Phone Bug. You trigger the Octo Stamps and then use them as platforms. Even then, the next move is never quite obvious. A tier. Don't just stand there, bust and move station. You break the boxes, but the stage spins every 5 seconds. So much better than the Radical Rail Station though. A tier. Reply hazy. Try again. Totally 8-ball station. What's better than an 8-ball stage? A multiple 8-ball stage, of course. There weren't as many platforming challenges, only a timer to keep the pressure on, so C tier. Round, 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 right round station. You gotta hit the drums to make the enemies come by, as if you're at a spinning sushi bar. Utter chaos. I am kinda glad that the stage gives you a couple of specials to help out. B tier. As I see it, yes. Bodacious 8-ball station. You move along with the 8-ball and remove all its obstacles before it gets bounced off the stage. The only thing going for the stage is its creative approach to the generic 8-ball stages. B tier. Do it with some style. McFly station. It's Move It station, but with an inkjet and a lot more chaos. V tier. Now you see me? Abracadabra station. You have to ink the floor to see which way to go. What is this, the main single player mode of this game? O tier. What's up, dog? Matchmaker station. That looks more like a cat than a dog to me. You break the crates to recreate the sculpture. It's not too challenging, but I like how unique this idea is. A tier. Float like a butterfly, stick and move station, like a bee. Action-packed rail station where you have to hit the drums to make the obstacles spit out of the way. It's all fun and games until the last stretch where if you go a little trigger happy, you'll knock yourself off. B tier. C track is done, now on to D. Do not miss your chance. One shot station. As the title suggests, you only have one shot to win this one. There's 60 crates, 3 pufferfish, and 3 moving platforms. All you have to do is get the timing right, fail a bunch of times, then look up the guide on the internet. The trick is to hit the bottom pufferfish just as it starts moving back towards the right side. Even knowing that, you're still gonna fail a couple of times. B tier. Too cool for school. Slant bracelet station. This is the most mid Octo Expansion stage of them all. It's got a cool gimmick with the wibbly wobblies. You have to use your main and sub together to complete the stage. It has some interesting parts like having to launch a bomb off of a speed ramp to activate the wibbly wobbly that helps you reach the end goal. B tier. Spin to win. Mad Prob Station. It's the previous stage but with propellers, so B tier. Again, my sources say no. All that 8-ball station. We're just playing pool at this point. Or is it billiards? I don't know. All I know is that a lot of people struggled on this stage, myself included. A tier. Who you gonna call? Target Busters station. I thought the rail stations were annoying, but this one is a keep holding forward station. You have to run through a bunch of obstacles and break every single box along the way. I hope you're ready to spam that ZR button, brushy boy. B tier. Inkaziga, Girl Power Station. When someone says Octo Expansion, this is the first thing that comes to mind. You get a choice of sub and main weapon plus a large array of canned specials while doing this challenge. The task is to defend an orb from Octoling attacks, which sounds easy until a bunch of them spawn in and start spamming their specials. I cannot give this stage anything other than V tier. Listen to its howling roar. Peace was never an option. You fly around in your inkjet and splat a bunch of enemies to proceed. Not much to see here. Now move on. C tier. Splat Magic Splat, Labyrinth Station. This stage has you going through the same area as when you first started Splatoon, which for me was about a year before the DLC came out, so I had completely forgotten what that looked like. It was nice to revisit such a location and sort of save it from the sanitized Octarians. B tier. Watch out now, Ink and Wash Station. An angry brushing machine with a box on top comes charging at you. You have to break the boxes to break the machines. Oh yeah, and you have limited ink. The stage name reminds me that we're probably gonna get a Splatoon themed Game & Watch to celebrate its 25-year anniversary in 2040. I wonder how life's gonna be 19 years from now. Better not ponder on that for too long. B tier. Don't stress your luck. No whammy station. Whammy? I don't see any whammy here. Just angry torpedoes flying at the girl power station ball. I gotta admit, this one's pretty hard. You miss one shot, you panic, then there's 20 more torpedoes all of a sudden. A tier. Getting dizzy with it. Don't Ralph Station. The drum rotates platform. Oh wow. C tier. Cannot predict now. Highness 8-ball station. What happens when you have an 8-ball, a bamboozler, and a wibbly wobbly? Confusion? Chaos? A tier. Ink on, ink off. Hypercolor Station. You know that one useless machine whose only operation is to shut itself off when you turn it on? That's basically this stage. You color a switch to activate it and the sweeper swoops in to deactivate it. Don't worry, the snipers will also turn your switch off. I don't have to kill them to advance, but I want to. What else you got, stage? The grillers from Salmon Run? Easy. Oh heck, the whole floor is switches. And there's an Octo Stomp. They made this a good one. A tier. Don't count on it. Swass 8-ball station. This one's a weird combination of pinball and tic-tac-toe. You have to get 3 balls in a row. I got mine on my first try, but I know people definitely struggled here, so I'll give it a nice solid B tier. Jet into the danger zone. Iceman Station. I had forgotten just how many inkjet stations there are in this DLC. It's almost as if they want you to get comfortable using this special for some reason. This one focused on the fact that you get a little jump boost every once in a while by pressing the B button, so it gets B tier. Splat Boom Diggity, the Boom Station. I get it. You can only use a Splat Bomb for this one. Is that the Legend of Squilda? Oh no, it's another socially anxious Octo. The Carbon Roller Octoling kinda spooked me a little bit, but then it kinda just stood there, menacingly. B tier. Inculators, mount up. Squeegee Funk Station. You ride the giant squeegee to victory. Just don't fall off. Panic, you have to platform and bounce around and even line up the last set of squeegees to reach the goal. A masterpiece of a stage if I ever saw one. V tier. Ain't afraid of no crates. Crate Buster Station. Time to spam the ZR button like crazy. Break the right boxes to get a special that actually does most of the work for you. Not a fan of this one. C tier. Don't get psyched out. Bodacious Rotation Station. Here we have another one of those rotating stages, but instead of breaking crates, you have to collect all 8 data pens. Data points? What are these things? Oh yeah, and the closer you get to winning, the more enemies spawn in and start attacking you non-stop. A tier. Stomp it till you drop. Drop the base station. Oh hey, it's the Octo Stomp. Again. And not gonna lie, at first I was gonna give this C tier, since it's just a revamp of a main game boss. But I had a pretty hard time fighting this one with a Bamboozler. Yeah, let's also give it a Bubbler, 3 faces, and a heckin' Splatling on top. A tier. Take it easy. Slow Ride Station. Nogami heard that y'all like using the stasis rune in Breath of the Wild, so have a stasis stage in Splatoon 2. They made it look pretty cool with the giant swinging hammers. Oh yeah, and it's burst bomb only. A tier. Don't stop till you pop. Enough. Pop Star Station. Pop the balloons, but instead of rails, the platform is spinning around. This probably should have been the first balloon popping stage instead of that crazy rails one. C tier. The fun don't stop. Popalicious Station. Alright, who at the dev team was so obsessed with these darn balloons? In this stage, the rule is don't stop moving, because these balloons will float away. It's a very fast-paced stage and requires you to be smart about your ink usage. B tier. Who let the pods out? Who? The O Station. Oh lol, they coming. All clear now. Never mind, panic, run! Try again I suppose. I'm allergic to dogs IRL, and to pods in this game. Make it stop, make it stop! Oh great, now there's Octarians too? For just a Splat the Enemy stage, this is a pretty tough one. A tier. Might as well... Jump Station? What the heck? Why would you name it that? Oh, bounce pads, rails, grappling hooks, I get it now. And you gotta take several leaps of faith in order to reach the next grappling. As that Sonic song goes, if you leap without a net you'll find that it won't be there all the time, so watch your step, now watch your step, don't fall! A tier. Pound the, ow, that I hurt myself. Pound the Rock, Bring It Station. Rainmaker on Manta Maria, but without that deep sea diving ship in the distance. I solo carry here in X rank all the time. C tier. What's the dealio? Cubular Station. This is a favorite stage of mine. You've got a rotating platform and 8 data points to collect, but the entire stage looks like you're breaking into a bank or some sort of impound. V tier. Whack Attack! Whack Fu Station! It's the Octo Samurai, but sanitized, and you only get to use a baller. And there's barely any fencing, so it's pretty easy to get knocked off the stage. But once you figure that out and stay aligned with the fence, it becomes pretty easy. B tier. Y'all ready for this? Toastmaster Station. Another Redux boss? This time the bread machine? Okay, if your bread has green in it, please do not consume. The final phase of this boss was actually pretty challenging since there were a bunch of snipers attacking you at all times, and also a bunch of walls blocking the only way to the top. B tier. I know what you ink. Hasta la Vista Station. It's a Space Invader Station again, but without the Rolonium, which somehow makes it even harder. Pair it with a dynamo and give the last guy 3 splat walls, and you've got a pretty difficult stage. A tier. No kidding or playing. House Party Station. Instead of breaking into a bank, this time you're sniping some Octarians. B tier. Did I do that? Bustalicious Station. Break 20 boxes, but 0 balloons. If you pop a balloon, you fail. It's a pretty classic Octo Expansion stage. A tier. Shotgun! Ride with me station. I say car, you say quest. This is the stage, guys. You start out playing Frogger at a car wash, and then you ride a car and Frogger over while also fighting Octos, and then you play Flappy Bird while on a car. This stage is basically Car Quest plus a bunch of other games, and I absolutely love it. V tier. Mad skills, yo. Freakazoid Station. Easy for charger mains, pain for everyone else. You get tossed around by these boost pads and have to time your shots correctly in order to proceed. B tier. Feel the burn. Baller Size Station. A very simple baller stage where you've got some angled platforms, Octarian torpedoes, and boost pads. B tier. Easy breezy, keep your hands off Isaacins. Sweet Ride Station. It's tower control and Starfish main stage. You already know how I feel about these. B tier. Just ink it in. Shooter Mug Station. Box goes noom, and you have to break it before the time runs out. Then more boxes appear, but also more walls appear, making it harder to hit. B tier. Ink it real good. Ink it Station. There's drums and floor scrubbers, but on the walls. Not much more to say about this one. C tier. Whatever, dad. Cool Your Jet Station, son. It's a sanitized Octo shower, but you also get to fight it with an inkjet, which makes the fight significantly easier than the normal one. I do have to give it some props for the evil rubber ducky though. B tier. Shrink and Sink Dinky Ink Station. A limited ink station where you have to defeat enemies to make progress, and Umbrella Octoling is the final boss. B tier. My, can't touch this station. Another Octo Expansion classic. This is the stage where if you touch enemy ink, you lose. And of course there are a whole bunch of enemies shooting at you at all times. A perfect A tier stage. Can't see me. All Eyes Station. Use the grappling hooks to move around the stage and splat all 21 Octarians. Sounds pretty simple, but also pretty fun. A tier. Code 4. Good buddy. Radio Station. Splat all the enemies station, but this time they have shields in front of them. This stage does give you plenty of specials to help out, so B tier. Break it down. Matchmaker Station. Remember that one stage where you had to remake a dog out of boxes? Well, now you have to remake an octopus. That's a lot more boxes and a lot of room for accidental box breaks. As you can imagine, this stage takes a while, and getting into the final room to finish the stage was a bit confusing, so B tier. Watch your step. Footloose Station. Instead of an inkling pixel art, this one's even more squid-like, and the enemies break the boxes beneath your feet. There's no place to hide either. A tier. Truly outrageous station. The most outrageous thing about this station is how simple it is. You don't even have to splat the enemies to proceed. C tier. And now that all of the main stations are finished, I'm going to rank the endgame stations. So if you haven't played this for some reason and you want to avoid spoilers, skip to these timestamps. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Coccyx phase. You have just begun your escape, and with no weapon in hand, hiding in ink and sneaking around is your only way out. If the enemies catch you, they call for reinforcements and go nuts shooting in your directions. Things feel very high tension, but doable with enough patience. B tier. The Villy phase. This is where Nasty Majesty drops on us, and time to be a badass agent. Stare the guard in the eyes and find a sub-weapon, then use your skills to find a main weapon and make your way out. This is my favorite stage from the escape, and I'm putting it in V tier. Belly phase. You get to see all the sanitized Octarians being shipped down into the subway, and in this stage they are also your platforms as you try to make your way out. It's a very cool stage lore-wise. A tier. Intestinal phase. Looks like we're going through the headquarters of this evil place. In true agent fashion, we've got to jump through a large series of deadly lasers. A tier. Diaphragm stage. Time for shark bites. And it's an inkjet only stage. Looks like all those inkjet stations weren't for nothing, huh? You still have those 8 data points to collect as you cause chaos and make your way through. And free the energy core, which looks like some sort of obese zapfish with blood pressure issues. Good music, good lore, good prep for this stage with a bunch of stations before it. V tier. Peristalsis phase. The Electro Fish is now the orb that you have to protect during Girl Power Station, but also a drum or fan that makes the platform move. You have to make your way to the top and plug in the energy source for some reason. Kinda confused about this part, but the stage itself was pretty darn good, so A tier. Spinal Phase. Just when you think you're out, you find out that Phone Man has possessed Agent 3 and must now fight for your life. They try to be funny with each phase of the fight by using a different special, but overall this fight was pretty easy, B tier. NILS Station, Turf War. Tartar wants to end the world, but you're gonna stop his plans with the help of Pearl and Marina. All you have to do is blow up the giant suction bombs that Marina's throwing your way and ride some ink rails to get to those on the statue's head. It is a wonderful conclusion to the expansion, but wait, there's more. Pearl pulls out the killer whale, and then you even get the little good guys versus bad guys gauge at the end, not to mention the remnants of this fight become a Splatfest stage, V tier. One last stage left to cover, the game's hidden boss, which you can unlock once you've completed every single one of the stations before. Skip to this timestamp if you want to avoid spoilers. In order to access this hidden boss, you walk over to the little set of lockers at the end of the base platform, where the locker with number 8 is wide open. And then, you get to fight the ultimate enemy, Inner Agent 3. Unlike the possessed Agent 3, this one can dodge around like crazy, has sneaky little minions, and so much special charge that you cannot catch your breath. You already know this one is V tier. And that concludes the Octo Expansion tier list. Which of these stages is your favorite? Which stage gave you the most trouble? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you when Splatoon 3 comes out. Just kidding, there's more Splatoon 2 stuff to talk about. I'll see you around for that.